Let's dive into the discussions shaping the nation.
Here, look, there is no doubt, but after all of this, world trade as we know it now, or before the announcements were made, will not be the same, and companies will be affected. That's before we even get to the hangover of whatever arrangement is going to be reached throughout the world once these tariffs completely kick into gear and have the effect that I fear they will have on the SME sector in this country and the exporters. So how ready is the government? I know we will conduct our negotiations through and with the European Union, but what happens at home? Because I've listened carefully to the debates here over the last few weeks, and in every one of those debates there's been criticism of one sector or another. So what is holding us back? And I would say that the weight of bureaucracy is a dead weight in every single department. A dead weight that is not allowing us to move Irish water, for example, to where it should be in terms of our progress as a country and in terms of our development. You have to look at local government is the same way. The administration is not dealing with local matters as they should, and it is causing difficulties at local level. Today, local radios were here, highlighting the difficulties in their sector and asking for help. We had discussions or mention of the Mercosur deal and CETA. I would not like to see government doing a deal at any cost. And there are issues around CETA, and there are issues around the Mercosur deal, which we need to be hard-nosed about if we are to save our agricultural sector and if we are to expand markets. And this change in the world order in terms of trade must cause us to focus again on our trade with Taiwan and the access through that country, a democracy, to the rest of Asia. Surely we're not going to continue to be blinkered about what that country has to offer. It's never mentioned here. The President has never congratulated on an election, but yet it's a great democracy, and it offers so much if we only engage. And if you watch what's happening in Europe, Taiwan is building the biggest computer chip factory in Germany. And we don't want to recognise them. So we have to take off the blinkers, look beyond where we are today, and start to understand when all of this change came about in the context of trade and trade agreements. I also believe that we need to look to the people that we represent. The government, its first obligation is to keep our people safe. And while we do all of these preparatory works in Europe and engage with Washington and everywhere else, we need to look at home to see, can we shake off the red tape and deal with the issues to make life for the people we represent a bit better, and to ensure that we have plans in place to safeguard their quality of life if all of this should change our economic circumstances. I believe that we had an opportunity in 2008 when the Troika were here. We did not introduce the reforms that were necessary beyond that date. And now we will pay a price, because the question will be asked, how nimble are we as a country? How prepared are we as a country? And how will we keep our people safe? There is so much going on in Ireland, and we've heard it again here today in debate. Children's Hospital, all sorts of issues around the care of our people, and we don't seem to be on top of our game. And I think that we need to look at home as well as looking abroad. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.